Hey, it's April from the Noble Garden. In this video, we are going to be talking about mulching, what to mulch with, my choice of what I mulch with here, and you get to actually watch me mulch a little bit, which I know that's a boring part, but I'll show you just a little bit. So, my garden is in for the most part. There are still some things that I need to put in, but I am noticing some things about my tomato plants, and I think that once I mulch them, it'll do better. I have a tool that I'm going to show you that was given to me. It was a gift that I wanted, and it was given to me by my sister-in-law, and I love using it. It takes the guesswork out of how wet my soil is, and I want to show you what I've noticed, and I think this is why my tomato plants are doing it. So let me grab that tool. So I'm here with my newest tomato bed, and to me they just look a little floppy and wilty. So my first thought is they need more water. Now, when tomato leaves get wilty-ish like this, it can mean two things. They need more water, or they've had too much water. And so what I did was, I have this tool. I've shown it to you guys before. You can do the soil pH, you can do light, and you can do moisture. I have it on moisture, and I'm gonna stick this whole thing in the ground, and we'll see what the moisture level is. I'm going to bring this camera up closer for you guys so you can see. So as you can see, all the way in, which is pretty close, to the middle of this bed, my moisture level is like in the middle. That's actually not bad. And tomato plants don't need a lot of water. So my first instinct is, I'm not going to water this bed today because the moisture level is in the middle and I don't want it saturated. Now let me show you what happens when I bring it more closer to the surface. You see that change? The closer I get to the surface of the soil, it's way more drier. Which explains why my tomato plants might be showing signs of dehydration. I'm going to flip this camera back and we are going to talk about this. So I hope you guys were able to see that, and I hope I showed you the difference between each layer of moisture. So I think that since the top is way drier than the middle or the bottom, is why my tomato plants look so dehydrated to me. So that is why it's important to mulch, because mulch will keep the top layer moist like the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my mulch, and I'm going to mulch all the garden, and then I'm going to water it in and see how it does this afternoon with holding moisture. I may be over watering because I think that the bottom is wet enough, so they still might be a little wilty because the bottom is still super wet, but I've got to get the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab my mulch, show you what I'm mulching with. We can talk about other things you can mulch with, and I'll tell you why I made a decision to mulch with what I've gotten. So I am mulching with this compressed bale of straw. I don't think you guys can see it very well here. I get this at Tractor Supply where they have I think they feed this to horses or other livestock. But I used this last year, and like this bale right here goes quite a bit of ways, and I just really liked it. I did buy some straw from a local store, and on the first bed, it did blow away. And I think it blew away because I didn't water it after putting it in, which is why I'm going to water it this time to see if I can get it to stay put, because it is a windy day. And then it actually grew grass seeds. And so I'm, to this day, still picking grass seeds out on my first bed because they sprouted. So last year when I used this, I didn't have that problem. So you do find mulch, like you can use local places. Just make sure you talk to the people. Like this straw for me was actually something I'm pretty sure is used at other stores. I just didn't have a good outcome with it. But if I was to find a local person who maybe grows straw, hay, I would probably ask them, you need to know what all they used on it. And of course, weeds. You can't really control the seeds of weeds, but this was grass that came in that one. So anyways, let's open this up, and I'm going to show you how I mulch a little bit. And then when I'm done mulching, I will show you what it looks like. And then we'll talk more about other products that you can use for mulching. So let me get this open and let's get to mulching. I won't make you guys watch me do all that. That's going to take me a while. But as you can tell, this straw is extremely easy to spread. So I'm going to finish and then I'll catch up to you guys in a little bit. Guys, it's been a few days since I mulched everything. I have 2 beds fully mulched. I want to show you. I want to show you what it looks like. And then we're going to go up to my top bed that's not been mulched. And I want to show you the difference of why I mulch. So these are the 2 beds that I have mulched. And since I mulched these, it has rained a couple days. And one thing I want to show you is how lively the tomato plants are. And I want to show you how the pepper plants look. And then I want to show you how the soil looks. You can see these are tomato plants over here. So if I was to move this back a little bit, you'll notice the soil, well, it's been hot. When I touch it, it still has some moisture to it, which is the reason why these plants are doing good. It helps keep the soil from drying out completely, and that's why these look so good. So now let's go to the other bed that has no mulch. So in these beds, you'll notice some of them look a little bit more droopy. And that's because it's been really hot today. And as you can tell, their soil, and even to touch, looks very dry. And if I stuck my finger through, the lower I go is actually still wet. But this top is completely dry. And this is why you mulch. I'm glad that I could show you guys the results. I am going to talk to you about some other things you can mulch with. I know we went over straw and we went over hay. The other things I have mulched with in the past, one thing I mulched in my other house was with pine needles. And I absolutely love pine needles. Pine needles also decrease the pH in your soil as they decompose. So when I had like an 8 pH, which is a little on the higher side, it was helping with that. This is more of a 7.5, which I still think is a little too high, and I'd love to fix a little bit. And I can look it up. I don't know what decomposed straw does, but I'm going to look that up because I'm curious now. But so you could do, they say, I would not do wood chips. Wood chips is another option. Wood chips need to decompose. They can kind of burn plants with their nitrogen, high nitrogen. So unless it's very decomposed, I wouldn't use it. The other thing that you could use is the bag mulch. I just feel like it's more expensive, but the bag mulch that's already got the broken down pieces in it, that will work as well. So you just kind of do your research and you figure out in your area and what you can afford and what mulch works best for you. I am glad that I got to share this information with you guys. I hope it was helpful. I thank you guys for watching my videos. And remember, if you like them, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.